Please don't eat me.
You think because I'm a giant that I'm a man-gobbling cannibal?
Well, knock me over with a feather. It is hard for me to believe that the BFG, a new fantasy film, is actually the first time ever a collaboration between Steven Spielberg and the Walt Disney Studios. The first movie he's ever made for Disney in a career that, quite frankly, is knocking on half a century. That's unbelievable, but finally we have it. And these are the two brand names for great family entertainment, certainly Steven Spielberg and Disney, and they don't disappoint with this adaptation of Roald Dahl's novel, The BFG, a book for kids, has been made into a movie for kids and the whole family. A total delight, actually old-fashioned in its style and what it delivers, and an absolute pure delight.
It's a fizz wizard.
This movie premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, and that's where I first caught it. Was totally enchanted by what's on the screen. Now, hey, it may not be up to the level of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, that 1982 classic that Spielberg made, but what could be. But it'll do quite nicely, and oddly, it is actually adapted for the screen by the late, great Melissa Matheson, who sadly passed away before this hit the screen, but she wrote the screenplay and did a fine job, I think a very faithful job, of adapting Dahl's great children's book. The basic plot has the BFG, which stands for
The Big Friendly Giant.
Played by Mark Rylance, who won an Academy Award for Spielberg's absolutely brilliant Bridge of Spies last year. Well, now he has been CGI'd and special effects up to look like a giant, but it's an amazing achievement, amazing technological achievement, that he comes through so well through all of this that they do to create the look of a giant. You still see the human within, and Rylance does a masterful job here. Anyway, the BFG snatches a little girl out of an orphanage one night, the little girl named Sophie, and is played by newcomer Ruby Barnhill. He takes her off to giant country. Now that is populated by a lot of mean giants who want to do nothing but eat children.
Does you have a new little petty poo?
So the big plot development here is he's a friendly giant, and he tries to keep her hidden away from the bad influences of the neighborhood, as it were. That basically is what happens in the first part of the film. There's a lot of interplay, a lot of fun, a lot of humor between the two of them in this magical land. For my money, the best sequence in the film, though, takes place later on at Buckingham Palace, where the BFG and Sophie go to the Queen to try to get her to do something about these awful giants. The Queen is played by Penelope Wilton, and she is absolutely perfection here. Terrific British actress, and she brings so much life to this movie. Suffice to say, you are in great hands with Spielberg and Disney, two very friendly giants of their own collaborating here. And the film has been beautifully made and scored by the great John Williams, who has done most of Spielberg's films, almost all of them, and doesn't disappoint here at all. This movie is a pure delight for families looking for a little fun and something that is particularly old-fashioned, and proud of it. I say